Welcome back. Today we're talking about Paul McMahan, the driver out of Nashville, Tennessee, formerly residing in California, but now calling Tennessee home. And we're talking about his crazy career with the World of Outlaws as a full-time driver and just kind of his crazy career overall. As you can probably already see on the board, there's several gaps in the years where he was a full-time World of Outlaws driver, where he would either run with the All-Stars, ran with NST, ran with the NARC series in California, and even at one point in time running 360s with the ASCS series. So up and down career all over the place, and ran for a lot of different car owners, which we'll get into here as we look through his career as the years go by. And we'll look at his World of Outlaws stats overall, how many starts he had, wins, top fives, top tens, and then we'll have to switch whiteboards and look at his accolades and his achievements in his career for this Hall of Fame driver. So let's jump right into it. 1997, that was the first year as a full-time driver for Paul McMahan with the World of Outlaws. He had 82 starts. He had no wins, no top fives, and 18 top 10 finishes for a 13th place position in the point standings at the end of the season. He split the driving time between the Rock Motorsports 83 and the Stanton Racing number 75 cars. So two car owners of the first year out on tour. 1998 only runs 30 races with the Outlaws. It looks like he runs full-time with the NARC sprint cars in California, and I'm really hoping there's somebody in the comment section below that can kind of fill in these gaps. There's a couple of moments where I have some question marks. Don't really know what happened here with Paul McMahan, where he was running at this time. Maybe Paul can comment down below. Not sure if he's going to be watching this video or not. But 1998 looks like he runs with NARC. 1999, only 35 starts with the Outlaws, and it looks like he runs full-time with the All-Star Circuit of Champions in 99. In the year 2000, only 52 starts with the Outlaws, and he runs with the Gum Out Series full-time, the World of Outlaws Gum Out Series, but does run a healthy portion of the Outlaw schedule with 52 starts in 2000. Now in 2001, he's full-time back with the Outlaws, 92 starts, gets his first ever win in 2001, 22 top fives, 46 top tens. He finishes 11th in points, and this is driving the United Express Line U2, the Johnson U2, and this is the car that you do race as in the 2002 World of Outlaws video game. 2002, he is running full-time, it looks like, with the All-Stars again, only 26 starts with the Outlaws, and so it looks like he is a full-time All-Star driver in 2002. 2003, back with the Outlaws, 72 starts, 2 wins, 21 top fives, 51 top tens. He finishes 7th in the overall point standings, and he's driving the Helm 11H. That's the Vivarin car, one of the more famous sprint cars of all time. He's driving it between 2003 and 2005. So in 04, back in the 11H car, 70 starts, 1 win, 10 top fives, 34 top tens, and he finishes 12th in points in 2004. 2005, final year driving that Helm number 11H car. He has 83 starts, 1 win, 11 top fives, 31 top tens, and he finishes 11th in the point standings in 2005. So that would be the end of his tenure with that car. And in 2006, he goes full-time with the National Sprint Tour, NST. He does run 27 races with the Outlaws, but he is a full-time driver with the National Sprint Tour when it existed for that 1 year in 06. 2007, he comes back, and this year he is driving the Tony Stewart Racing number 20. He did run that car with NST the year previous, but he runs full-time at the Outlaws with the car in 07. 75 starts, 2 wins, 14 top fives, 38 top tens, and he finishes 8th in the point standings in 2007. Now, 2008 is a weird year for Paul McMahan. It falls through with Tony Stewart Racing, does not return to that car in 2008. And at the beginning of the World of Outlaws season, he's running multiple different cars to try and run full-time with the series. And finally, at the 23rd race of the year, he lands a full-time deal with the Parsons number 6 car. Not sure if at this time it is sponsored by Casey's General Stores, but it's that car that Lasowski ran. A couple other guys ran it throughout their career. But Paul McMahan runs it for the final 40 races of the Outlaw schedule in 2008. And he has 0 wins, 1 top 5, 17 top 10s, and he finishes 18th overall in the point standings. Now, you can kind of say this is not a full-time year. He does try to make it a full-time year, but he runs probably the last half of the schedule, and so I just figured I'd throw it up on the board. I wouldn't count that one as a full-time year. 2009 is a weird year. Only 7 starts with the Outlaws. And it looks like, this is another part where I hope somebody can fill us in a little bit. It looks like he runs full-time with the ASCS 360 series. He has, there's 24 starts, or there's 24 races that year with ASCS, and Paul McMahon ran 21 of the races and finished 5th in points. So look to me like 2009 was the year to run 360s for Paul McMahon. Now 2010, he comes back to the Outlaws again, 68 starts, 1 win, 30 top 5s, 51 top 10s. He finishes 6th in points. That's the best of his career as far as the points go. And he's driving the Casey Kane Racing number 91 car. That only will last for 1 season. In 2011, he goes back to the Roth Motorsports number 83 for 65 starts, 4 wins, the most he's ever had in 1 single season, 20 top 5s, 46 top 10s, and he runs 4th in the overall point standings. So a pretty darn good year, probably the best year. It actually is the best year of his career up until that point in 2011. 2012, we're on this side of the board now. He has 24 starts with the Outlaws. It looks like, once again, he runs full-time with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. So in 2013, he's back. New car owner. He runs for the CJB Motorsports number 51 for 3 years. 2013 has a pretty good season. 74 starts, 4 wins, 32 top 5s, 54 top 10s, and he finishes 3rd in the World of Outlaws point standings. Now, 2014, in my opinion, this is the best season of Paul McMahon's full-time career with the World of Outlaws. He has 88 starts, 5 wins, 42 top 5s, 75 top 10s, and he finishes 3rd in the points once again. So a pretty good year there. I mean, he only missed the top 10 in 13 starts in 2014. Good enough to get him up to that 3rd position in the point standings, and he was extremely good at qualifying during these 3 years with CJB. He was probably the best qualifier on the Outlaw Tour for those 3 years. 2015, 74 starts, 3 wins, 27 top 5s, 49 top 10s, and he slips back to 7th in the point standings, still driving the CJB 51, but that would come to an end in 2016 when he has 72 starts, 0 wins, 1 top 5, 18 top 10s, 10th in points with the Destiny Motorsports number 7, the Mondak Portables car, and he does come back to that car in 2017 for 66 starts, 0 wins, 3 top 5s, 18 top 10s, 13th in points. It's still the Destiny car, but it is number 4 instead of number 7 in 2017. Now, he doesn't finish the season with Destiny. He runs the first, I want to say 55, 60-ish races, and then something that they split, they part ways, whatever they say these days, and he goes and runs for a couple of different car owners, but for the majority of the time in 2017, it is with Destiny, and he finishes out his full-time Outlaw career driving for that team. He would not be full-time with the Outlaws ever again, although he would come back later in, I want to say 18, 19, 20-ish. He was running full-time with Buick Motorsports in the All-Star Circuit of Champions, but his full-time driving career with the Outlaws was over. Now, his overall World of Outlaws stats, he has 1,377 career starts with the series, 27 victories, which right now has him at 26th all-time. He's tied with Tim Schafer right now for 26th all-time. 266 top 5 finishes for 19% of the time. Paul McMahon would finish in the top 5 with the Outlaws whenever he showed up to the racetrack with them. And 654 top 10s, nearly 50% of the time he was in the top 10, but it was actually 47% of the time. So pretty close to half of the starts, he was in the top 10. So Paul McMahon, a career that was all over the place. I mean, he ran with the All-Stars, Gumout, NARC, NST, ASCS, and with the Outlaws in this period of time. What is that, from 1997 to 2017? So, 20 years? Is that right? From, 20 years he ran for a bunch of different series, a bunch of different car owners. A crazy career for Paul McMahon. Now, let's switch whiteboards and look at the accolades and the achievements for this driver. All right, I've got board switched over. Now, let's take a look at all the things that Paul McMahon was able to accomplish in his career. He had 82 career World of Outlaws Quick Time Awards, which I wish I could find all of the numbers and all the stats for that, because that's got to be up there with probably, I would say, maybe top 10 all time. 82 quick times is definitely a lot. I could not find that for any of the other drivers we've done these videos on so far, but 82, pretty solid number there for Paul McMahon. He was 4th at the 2013 Knoxville Nationals, 5th at the 1999 Historical Big One, 3rd at the 2011 Kings Royal, So he's been in the top 5 at some of the biggest events in sprint car racing. He won the 2021 edition of the Dean Niddle Memorial at Portsmouth Raceway Park, which paid $17,554 to win, so a pretty big win there for Paul McMahan late in his career. 2014, he won the Brad Doty Classic with the Outlaws at Limaland Motorsports Park. He had 13 Knoxville National A main event starts in a row, which is definitely something to be proud of. That is the toughest race to make all year long, and he did it 13 years in a row. 2007, he actually started on the front row of the Knoxville Nationals, and he is also a 6-time winner with the All-Star Circuit of Champions, a 5-time winner with the World of Outlaws Gun-Out Series. He finished second in that championship point standings. What was it, 2001, 2002, one of those years. He was second in points with Gun-Out. A 13-time winner between the King of the West and the NARC Sprint Cars out in California. 2018, he won the Ohio Sprint Week Championship with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. That is a tough championship to win. I think that year was 8 races in 8 nights, so tough one to win. 1999, he was the All-Star Circuit of Champions Rookie of the Year. He's a 2-time winner of the Short Track Nationals. That was at the I-30 Speedway, not anymore though. I think it was 2004 or 2002 and 2014 or 12 or something like that. He won the Short Track Nationals. He was 3rd at the Gold Cup Race of Champions at the Silver Dollar Speedway in Chico, California. 1995, he was the Calistoga Speedway track champion. I didn't even know they had a track championship until we did this video. 2024, this year, he is inducted, or he will be inducted into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. And in 2012, he won a prelim night at the National Open at Williams Grove Speedway. So Paul McMahan did a lot of really good things in his career. Definitely worthy of a spot in the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame, which is happening this season. He's getting inducted with a whole bunch of other really good drivers as well. So that is cool to see for him. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. So don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button down below. Don't be afraid to hit the like button. Comment down below, what do you think of Paul McMahan? Do you have any information to help fill in the gaps of some of the things we talked about on the previous whiteboard? Let me know down in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys here tomorrow for another career video from one of the drivers in the 2002 World of Outlaws video game. And before the video's over, I just want to give a quick shout out to our channel member Blake Dowell for his support here on this YouTube channel. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you in the next one.